So welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for sitting with me today.
You bet.
So tell me a little bit about yourself and the company you work for.
Well, I'm Shawn Graves, work for Bartlett & West, Inc. out of Topeka, Kansas, is our home office. I have been there 19 years. Started out working in map and data, which was kind of taking care of rail clients. Moved into the land development, where I became a designer. And then the market kind of went haywire, and then I ended up moving back into the rail. And at that time, we were talking LiDAR, and I got involved with that. And that's kind of where it's led since then. We're in, actually we broke off, we're in a survey group now, but we do a lot of LiDAR with the company. Like outdoors, as I said earlier.
Yeah.
Likes all kinds of sports, have a great family, and that's about it.
Yeah, so tell me, give me some idea of some of the projects that you guys get involved with, and also pre-TopoDOT days.
Oh wow, projects, we're willing to do about anything. About like anybody is. We have all the tools to do it. We've had projects anywhere from 1/10 of a mile long to 3,000 miles. We've probably collected, of all the years we've been doing this, we've probably collected somewhere, I'm guessing, between 8,000 and 10,000 miles of LiDAR data to work with. Real recent project we did was pretty exciting. Is we took static scan and a mobile scan of a bridge abutment. They're wanting to monitor it for to see if it's moving or if the rock face is kind of coming apart. So it was up on the big river. So we had a problem here. What we're going to do? So what we decided was we were going to static scan above, set all of our real hard control, static scanned all of that, put our scanner on a boat. And then we ended up scanning under the bridge and then up along the surface or up along the bank to scan the rock, get up under the abutment. Combined all those scans together, classified them all out, delivered them to our client. They're just ecstatic. I thought it was pretty neat project for a recent. We've done all kinds over the years, but that one was pretty interesting.
And did you use TopoDOT on that then?
We used TopoDOT on that, yes.
And how did you find? So I mean, so just going back slightly.
Yeah.
Where have you seen a huge difference from before days to now?
Oh wow!
Using?
Yeah, good question. So when we first started with looking into LiDAR, we reached out to somebody we knew that would do scanning for us because we were new to it. We were wanting to get into it, so we did a project with them. And on our end, with the software, we used LP360 to do the extraction of it. It was basically just a 2D extraction with no 3D elevation. So we did all that. And we come in and said, well, we like this. We're going to purchase a scanner. So we purchased a static scanner to start with, which was Regal. That was what we felt was best at the time.
Yeah.
Still do. But what came with that was the software. This was back in probably 2010. That was when they were one. So when we came down to Orlando to get our trainings, the TopoDOT software training was at the same time.
Okay.
Once we started on that, it was a challenge because it was all new to a lot of us. But back in those days, using that software, it was a lot of manual. You was manually doing about everything, and it's progressed over all these years that now it's a lot of semi-automated tools with it, a lot more tools with it. So yeah, it's a great tool. So
going back to that project you just said with the bridge and the boat and everything, so what were some of the things that helped you, or TopoDOT helped you with, that were pretty neat and then you could deliver to the customer?
Well, obviously I said it had classification, so built-in classification tools worked on that pretty well. Then we could go in and get that all kind of classified out. We extracted the bridge itself, the abutments, all the ground that was around it, and we also brought in like the control points that we had set that was inside the scans. We're on the control analysis tool to make sure that those were very tight to the data, and then produced the deliverables with it too, which were the LAS files, because we converted them to DOT, but then with the tools to convert them back to LAS file to deliver, it all worked well. Everything inside that software worked well for us on that project.
Yeah. So how long did it take you to do the project then, to extract the features and check everything and make sure it was all quality assured, I suppose? Roughly.
Roughly, I'd probably guess maybe a half a day to a day.
Okay.
There was, because we put it in, actually, because, TopoDOT's built into the microstation, deliverable for this project was AutoCAD, Civil 3D, so we converted it over to that. So that takes a little bit longer, and then the specific deliverables they were after. But probably all the extraction and classification probably was maybe 3 or 4 hours.
Okay.
It wasn't like weeks and days.
Yeah.
And this was a pretty good sized project too.
If you didn't have TopoDOT, what would the timeline be?
Oh, well,
I suppose how long's a piece of
let's just
string?
say we didn't even have a scanner.
Right.
What would the timeline
True.
be? Trying to put a survey over there to, what was he going to do? How were they going to survey that? Because they'd have to be on the boat, probably to shoot the ground. Because we talked about that. How would a conventional guy do it? He'd have to be on top of the bridge. It'd be very, very difficult, very, very hard to do. But with the software and the way it handles point clouds, things are very quick.
Yeah, that's good. And what do you think about the C3D team or TopoDOT team?
What can I say? I've known them for, like I said, since 2010. And when you walk, like I said, when I walk in, a lot of them still know me, which is, if it's a once a year visual and they recognize you, that is just awesome. And they're a great team. What can I say? Jennifer, Maui, David, Michael, all those I knew right up front. And then I've been introduced to several of the new team members lately, which is just great. But it's not, how do I want to say it? If I want to make a phone call, which is always, they say call, there's always somebody there. Maybe you don't get them right away because they're busy, but you can leave a message, you're going to get a phone call back. And you're going to be able to ask them any question you want. You can do screen shares, go-to meetings. It's just been phenomenal. And, I always tell them I'm their pain because I call a lot. And I'm emailing a lot. And something that's been added to it, what I like is the bug fix. Anybody on my team doesn't have to come to me anymore. Whoops, hit the mic. They don't have to come to me anymore and say, hey, we would like to see if you could get this tool made. And I'm like, yeah, let me take it. Let's discuss what we want. I'll get with them and we'll do it. Now they can just key in what they want, or if they find a bug and it gets taken care of. And that's just, it's exceptional.
Yeah. And what do you think of TUC?
So TUC being in its 3rd year, the first year it came out, we looked at it. Well, I kind of looked at it, kind of examined it, and I was like, man, we're with the way it was laid out, I was like, we're kind of already kind of in this realm. Let's hold off.
Yep.
We decided to hold off the first year, and when it came out in 17, we're like, we got to go. And so I put in, I said, we need to send 2 people. By the way, I saw the agenda laid out. We had 2 people from the company come up last year, and it was just exceptional. It's the best software conference I've ever been to because of the hands-on. I've been to several, Civil 3D, I've been to MicroStation, and the hands-on's not there with the presentations, in the one-on-one type. So come back, we looked at the agenda this year, we said, we got to go back. We got to bring another person with us, We got to come back and let them see what it's like and get that, because regardless if you think you know the tool, there may be a secret we don't know.
Yeah.
And we're picking up on that stuff.
Little golden nuggets.
Yeah. Hey, we're using it like this, but there was this one setting, or if you change the one thing, it could enhance and make things better. So it's awesome. Yeah. It's just been great.
That's great. Well, thank you very much, and thank you for sitting with me today.
Well, you're welcome. Glad you asked.
Yeah.